I have one thing to say. You better work. I have one thing to say. You better work.
Welcome to the Ellen Carrington Show special Pittsburgh Fashion Week edition. I'm excited to bring you today's episode since Pittsburgh Fashion Week is one of my favorite events throughout the year. The city's first Fashion Week took place back in 2010, and the response each year has been overwhelming, to say the least. A little history about our event. Pittsburgh Fashion Week occurs at the perfect time to highlight fall fashions and accessories available at the plethora of local boutiques, specialty stores, department stores, and consignment and off-price stores. And while they embrace and encompass the breadth of fashion available in Pittsburgh, the event sets a new standard in terms of high-quality New York-style runway shows. These are complete with VIP seating, credential media access, and upscale promotional and after parties that attract thousands. Yeah, it's a big event every year, and they do a fantastic job. Also, Pittsburgh Fashion Week is a cultural and social event that grows each year, giving experts one reason why to name the city America's most livable. And while the city's championship sports teams, unique cultural amenities, and wonderful people have put Pittsburgh on the map, Pittsburgh Fashion Week helps make sure we stay there. And while we're talking about Pittsburgh Fashion Week, I'm viewing the website right now, and I am on the page of this year's sponsors, to whom I'd like to give a shout out. Thank you to Gay Life Television, Owl Cleaners, Trib Total Media, Yamin Studios Creative Design, Whammo 100.1 FM, Tanger Outlets, Focus Fashion Consulting, the Art Institute of Pittsburgh, Mock & Company Diamonds and Jewelry, MBK Photography, Yelp, the iModel System, Pittsburgh Downtown Community Development Corporation, Charity by Dawn Liddy, Dickerson Creative Communications, Pittsburgh Winery, Highmark, and Clique Vodka. Of course, the Ellen Carrington Show offers its own support today by bringing this special show to fashionista listeners everywhere. And if you can't be in the city, be sure to log on to www.pittsburghfashionweek.com, like friends of Pittsburgh Fashion Week on Facebook, or follow Pittsburgh Fashion Week on Twitter for day-to-day coverage of Fashion Week highlights and news. And they try to usually update that on a regular basis. By the way, I subscribe to both, and I like to check out the site on a regular basis. Now, Fashion Week kicked off this past Monday, which was September 23rd, and continues to run through this coming Sunday, which is September 29th. If you missed the earlier shows this week, don't be disappointed just yet, because Pittsburgh Fashion Week has many more presentations on its schedule. The classic fall fashions for the Pittsburgh Professional Show will take place at Macy's downtown tonight, beginning at 5 p.m. Tomorrow is the second annual Pink Partini and Fashion Bash, which will be hosted by KDKA's own Christine Sorensen at the Tanger Outlets at 7 p.m. Now, there are no events scheduled for Friday, which is September 27th, but you'll want to mark your calendars for Saturday, the 28th, with the back-to-back runways shows, which kick off at 7 p.m. at the Art Institute of Pittsburgh. Several talented fashion students will be presenting their own original fashion creations, and this is a not-miss event. You're going to have to take a look. Maybe have some of our future superstar designers of tomorrow, and you'll say, hey, I know that person. I was at Pittsburgh Fashion Week when I saw their first creation. And closing out Pittsburgh Fashion Week on Sunday is the annual Pittsburgh Fashion Hall of Fame Luncheon. They will honor 6 fashion icons. That would be Michael Barone, Jean Bryant, Tom Julian, Debbie Norrell, E.B. Pepper, and Marianne Skiba. Jacqueline Capitola will also be presented with the Exceptional Artist Award. And registration for the Hall of Fame luncheon will begin at 11 p.m. with doors opening at the Omni William Penn downtown at 11:30. Performances for the event will be presented by the Pittsburgh Ballet Theater, and this is not miss event. Perfect way to cap off a great week. A lot of hard work goes into this show every year. I believe they start early as January to put this Fashion Week together every year, and the 4 years, it's been a wonderful success. And if any of the shows I've mentioned earlier are of interest to you, you may buy tickets for any and all the aforementioned presentations through ShowClix's website. Probably tonight's show, I'm not sure about it, but if there are tickets, they're probably going to be likely sold at the door. So be sure to check that out if you want to see tonight's show down at Macy's and downtown Pittsburgh. But the link for ShowClix and other Pittsburgh Fashion Week related sites will be posted on the Ellen Carrington Show Facebook page at the end of today's show. And in addition, I found some photos online from the several Facebook pages of people who took photographs of this week so far. And I have some of those highlights from Pittsburgh Fashion Week on my Pinterest page. I'll also jot down that link, and be sure to check those out if you didn't make it to any of the events thus far, or you just live outside the area or can't attend at all. Wow, we have so much going on here today. I'm going to go back to the Fashion Week website, talk a little more about it, and here we are. We're going to talk a little bit about the Hall of Fame. We're going to go through some inductees from the last few years, see if you know any names. The 2010 inductees are Arnold Zigarelli. He's a familiar name. Naomi Sims. She's an old supermodel. Jane Vandermod from 2010. Nee Holy. Joseph Orlando. Barbara Cloud, of course, a very popular fashion writer here for a long time. The 2011 inductees into the Fashion Week Hall of Fame were Carol Kinkela. We have Jean Horn, Lamont Jones Jr., and Lamont actually hosted the men's event last night, which I believe went very, very well. Lino Bucci, Philip Pelusi, a very popular hairstylist here in the area. Trisha Deems. And we'll recap last year's inductees while we're discussing the Hall of Fame. See if you know any of these. Nick Bracco, of course, was inducted last year, along with Demetria Bocella, Norman Childs, and Violet Gallo, along with Eileen Waldman, Dolores Warwick, and a lot of popular names that made an impact on fashion in our city and as well as other parts of the country. And PFW has also made some good spots in the news in addition to today's show. How it wrapped up in style on October 4th, 2010. And a nice little blurb from November 27th, 2009. Pittsburgh Fashion Week to give designers a chance to shine in 2010. And a lot of blurbs here from 2009. If you want to click on the fashionweek.com website, it's pittsburghfashionweek.com/category/press to read more about Fashion Week. And where some of the designers, a lot of them are student designers from Art Institute of Pittsburgh. Of course, they will have their show. There features many makeup artists, salons, retailers, vendors, and of course, general volunteers. Actually, the vendors, it's free to visit the vendors. You don't have to buy tickets for that, but they had a lot of great merchandise on sale, which if you didn't get a chance to check those out, I suggest very highly that you do. There's some beautiful things. If you want to volunteer for next year's show, there is a little thing on here. If you have a resume, you can feel free to upload that to resumes@pittsburghfashionweek.com with your first and last name in the subject line. You may include a one-page bio or a paragraph or two about your interest, and they will contact you whenever they start getting things together for next year. So if you're into fashion, you want to volunteer for a great show and be part of this wonderful event, I suggest you do that. Right now I'm going to play a nice little song. It's a classic. It's called Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, and many of you older people know this song very well from Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. So, how about a little entertainment?
The French are glad to die for love. They delight in fighting duels. But I prefer a man who lives and gives expensive jewels. A kiss on the hand may be quite continental, but diamonds are a girl's best friend. A kiss may be grand, but it won't pay the rental on your humble flat, or help you at the automat. Men grow cold as girls grow old, and we all lose our charms in the end. But square cut or pear shape, these rocks don't lose their shape. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Tiffany's, Cartier, Black Star, Ross Gore. Talk to me, Harry Winston, tell me all about it. There may come a time when a lass needs a lawyer, but diamonds are a girl's best friend. There may come a time when a hard-boiled employer thinks you're awful nice, but get that ice or else no dice. He's your guy when stocks are high, but beware when they start to descend. It's then that those louses go back to their spouses. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Heard of affairs that are strictly platonic, but diamonds are a girl's best friend. And I think affairs that you must keep Masonic are better bets. If little pets get big baguettes, time rolls on and youth is gone, and you can't straighten up when you bend. But stiff back or stiff knees, you stand straight as Tiffany's. Diamonds, diamonds. I don't mean rhinestones, but diamonds. Best friend.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend. They're also a great fashion accessory. On a side note, before we have a few minutes left here, on a side note before we go today, XL Photography has some photo highlights from Pittsburgh Fashion Week on their Flickr page. I am also going to pop up the link to that if you'd like to take a look. Beautiful images and some excellent fashion runway shots on there. Make sure you check those out. But it has been an enjoyable week thus far, and I thank all of you for tuning in today. If you haven't gotten to Fashion Week, please go, especially stop and support the vendors. It's going to be beautiful weather all week for Fashion Week, right through Sunday, which, if you're right here in Pittsburgh, get out and enjoy. And pending any schedule changes next week, the next Ellen Carrington Show broadcast will take place on Wednesday, October 2nd. We'll be back here at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, keep styling, profiling, and have a wonderful week and beautiful, fashionable weekend. Take care, and thanks for listening.